Hello, here we are, time period 6, 1865 to 1900, and I know you're thinking, wait a second, McCloskey, time period number 5 went to 1877. Okay, why did it go to 1877? The end of Reconstruction. Why do we start up again in 1865? The Industrial Revolution. So we've got 4 segments to this time period. It's going to be a lot to do in 2 days. But I've just got to tell you, you see a lot of words on it. I already made the video for this first page, and it's only 26 minutes, despite all of these words. The first page is the rise of industrial America, as we talk about all the different things that were a part of the Industrial Revolution. And we can go a lot faster through this because now we're getting close to the second semester. The second page is the last West and the new South. Right. So as we talk about, and it's a little bit different than the way we did it. We sort of took that as part of Reconstruction. It definitely fit a lot better. But now we come back to some of those things. And we talked about the West, right? And how the West, it's not the Wild West. It's pretty much tied to the Industrial East. So we will review that. Then comes the tough one. We talk about the changing cities, right? And there's a million terms, but it's really not that tough. There's a ton of art stuff and architecture stuff. There's a lot of crossover here towards the progressive movement, but we're not really in the progressive movement yet. So that third page looks a lot worse than it is. A lot of that stuff is just mentioning it. And then finally, the last page is probably going to be a little bit thick. It's all the politics of this time period. The politics of the Gilded Age. As we talk about not only on the local level and machine politics and bosses, but also about the national issues, right? And sort of the knife edge politics where the country was really split, pretty much Democrat and Republican, but how it really wasn't issues. It was more like identity politics. I'm a Southerner, so I'm a Democrat, right? And then we spent a little bit more time on the election of 1896. That's the one that we looked at in class, right? Because that's the first time there really is a difference where you have the fusion of the Populist Party into the Democratic Party and their candidate, William Jennings Bryan. And they run against the big money of McKinley. Very good. So we'll talk about all of that stuff. So, we only got 2 days this week, so you're going to have to get after a little bit. But again, think about all the advantages you have. You're still having class time dedicated to this and put in the time. You can't just wing it at the last second. You can't walk in there and think, all right, I'll just be able to write a DBQ. Put in the time. Remember, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a tangible benefit, right? You put in the time, you knock this down, you bang out a 4 or 5, boom. All right? All right, get after it, guys, and I'll see you again in a couple of days.